Oh, here we go. We're live. Hello, hello, hello. We are live and on the tube. Wow, and people are here. Hi, everybody. Buenos dias. Good morning, good morning. Little meditation morning. Good morning. I have my coffee. Hi. So we'll see if we get joined today by the newest mammalian member of our family. Let's see who's here. Hi, Shells. Hey, Danielle. Happy Thanksgiving. This is kind of fun. There we go. I gotta say one thing about all of us yogis. We've learned to make the best of just about any freaking situation. Sometimes it's a little more required than others. Let's do a little movement this morning since I'm hoping that everybody has the day off. By some sort of choice that you have the day off. Oh, let me just check one more thing. Go ahead and stand up on your mat. Sarah! What's up? Hey, Andre. You guys have to tell me what the name of your dog is, because I can't remember. I can't remember everybody's children's names. Come into downward facing dog on your mat. So apparently mammals with four legs, or you might have a tripod animal, come into downward facing dog, lift your hips up, press down through the soles of your feet, and push the mat away with your hands. Apparently these animals like yoga. It's kind of cute, I have to say. All right, so you're in your downward facing dog. You're taking a nice deep breath in and out here. We're just going to cultivate that ujjayi now. So create a little constriction around the base of your throat. Feel that breath coming in and out. And see if you can settle into your downward facing dog. And see if you can stay there for about 5 more breaths. 3, 2, 5, not 35. Although I have held downward facing dog for extended periods of time, we won't be doing that this morning. Good, and then from downward facing dog, roll forward into plank pose. So take your shoulders over your wrists, keep your thighs nice and strong here. Knit your low abdominal muscles in. Firm those thighs again as if you're trying to lift the fronts of your thighs into the backs of your thighs. Good. Lift the hips up and back one more time, downward facing dog. And now step your left foot up between your hands. I'm not mirroring you this morning. Rotate your right heel down. We're coming into warrior 2. So come on up to Virabhadrasana 2. Soften your gaze out over your left fingertips and breathe. Now, we are moving, but we're still moving towards meditation. So let's bring those finger and thumb tips into the palm. Good. And turn the chin towards that left arm. The nose towards the left arm, and also now settle that left thigh a little bit further down and firm the back thigh, the straight leg, and now draw your navel into your spine and close your eyes. Take that ujjayi breath And you know how sometimes when we're meditating, we breathe in and down, and we squeeze the muscles back towards the sacrum to distribute. Good. Now, straighten the front knee. Let's move into Trikonasana. So drop your left hand down. Your right arm goes up. This is C3PO. She likes yoga. And turn your gaze up towards that right hand. And she also sneezes. We're working on it. Breathe in here. And breathe out. Good. Press into both feet to come up. Lower your back hand down. Turn your feet to parallel. Let's take a little fan pose here. So hands to your hips, elbows move back, lift the chest slightly, and fold forward over your legs. Hi, kitty. Relax your tongue and your jaw. And now with your hands behind you, if you'd like, you can interlace your hands and reach your knuckles up towards the ceiling. If interlacing your hands is too much, you can also hook your thumbs. She's waiting for a scratch. So I've got to think about especially when they're moving. And if you're a yogi, take your hands to your hips, stand back up. They're like life's newest distraction. We're going to take the warrior two to the other side. So turn your right toes, if you're following me, the back of the mat. Those toes go back, bend your right knee, and you might need to lengthen your stance just a little bit. Okay? And extend your arms away from each other. Again, fingers and thumbs drawn in, so your palm is more like the hamsa rather than the spread out fingers. Good. And if you don't know what a hamsa is, you'll have to travel with us to some Mediterranean country. And we'll show you. They're all over the place, but they're predominant in Mediterranean countries. Okay, we're thinking Spain and Portugal, right, guys? All right, soften your gaze out over those right fingertips. Firm the back thigh. Settle into that front thigh a little more. So your front thigh is now your right thigh. And close your eyes. Feel your breath draw in and out. And as you inhale, feel the breath draw down and in to that point just in front of your sacrum. And as you breathe out, squeeze that point back towards the sacrum. Very good. Good. Now, straighten the front knee. Let's drop into triangle on the other side. Lifting your left arm up towards the ceiling. Your right hand can come onto the floor or shin or the block. Good. And you're breathing here. It's a good thing she's camouflaged by my mat. So they're nature's little distractions, right? They're great distractions. In fact, I'd much rather be distracted by a loved one or a thing that I love, like a cat or a person or a dog. I love that dog. Press into both feet to come up. Parallel your feet. One more fan pose. This time let's start with the hands interlaced or the thumbs hooked. Press that one fist down towards the floor. Lift the front of your chest, lift your chin, and as you exhale, fold over your legs. Lift your knuckles towards the ceiling if it's okay with your shoulders. Good. Release your hands to the floor. Let's just walk the hands back towards the front of the mat and step into downward facing dog. So nothing fancy, just getting a little bit more of movements in than we usually do. Because it's a special class, right? C3? All right, now, here's the challenge. You can drop your forearms down to the mat right from down dog and interlace your hands. And then press back, press down through the forearms, and lift the sit bones up and back. Okay, if you need to adjust the elbows in just a little bit, if you'd like, you can come into headstand, all right? So if you're not adept at headstand, you know who you are, stay where you are and lift your heels and come to your very tippy toes, bringing the back crown of the head towards your wrists, right? You can stay right there. Hold and press, finding your inversion. Or you can move your feet in a little bit further and start to come into your inversion. moving into a headstand. So we're upside down this morning from downward facing dog, forearm down dog, headstand prep and strengthening with those tippy toes, or you might have come into a full headstand. And you're breathing in and out. Just a couple more breaths in your inversion. And then slowly, wherever you are, you're lowering down. If you're in the headstand, you can hang about halfway before you lower your feet all the way down. And then once you lower down, settle your knees onto the mat. Send your seat back toward your heels. Keep your eyes closed. Well, and sit back onto your heels. Just watch that adjustment from right side up to upside down. Okay, now let your chin drop to your chest. Blink your eyes open. And we'll do our little side stretches from mermaid pose. God bless you. And start with your right hip on the floor. So slide that hip over to the right, feet to the left. Hook your right foot over your left ankle. I'm not mirroring this morning. And place your left hand down by the feet. Lift your right arm up by your ears. Breathe in here, or just one ear, hopefully on that one side. And reach out and over to the left. But we get these little distractions in life all the time. They're pretty powerful. They can sort of cross your mind at any moment. Then sit back up. Drop that right hand down. Sweep your feet around to the other side. Let's stretch out the left side. So that left foot is over the right ankle, hand down by your foot, cat, dog, or hamster. Lift your left arm by that ear. Then breathe in here, so you're upright, and then we're going to stretch that left side, the lateral lines getting open here, so that we feel a little bit less restless and the need to move when we're in our seated position for meditation. Good, your eyes can be closed. And then come back up, all right? Last thing here, I'd like you to take your feet forward, sitting in Dandasana staff pose. But if you need to, you can sit on the edge of something, but or bend your knees. It's a little more efficient. Take your hands behind you. External rotation in the upper arm. So your hands are behind you, your thumbs are out, right? Palms down, and sit up nice and tall. Breathe in here, flex your feet gently at your ankles. And then slowly tilt your pelvis forward. Your spine will follow. As you drop towards a forward fold, you can walk your hands forward. And then let your head drop. Just a couple more breaths here. You've got this. Good, and then slowly sit back up and prepare your seat for meditation. So if you like, sit on the end of a bolster or a block. Hans and Quinn. There we go. I knew they had funny names. I mean, not that they're funny, but it's kind of cute. Hans. Hey, Hans. Hey, Quinn. All right, I've met Hans. Okay, so you come down to your comfortable seated position, right? And let your hands rest on your thighs or knees. Okay, so we're really lucky, right? We figured out how to get through this stuff together. And we've got a little more to go. And and a little more to go. What does that really mean, right? I've been talking this week about perspective, about how we have the time and the space on our mats and in our meditation to gain perspective. And especially true once you start to meditate and you begin to find that kind of that witness space that allows you to see yourself, see where you are in perspective in respect to the world, right? And see kind of like the view of yourself and the view from inside yourself out, and then even deeper, being in the space of that witness and able to reflect on the mind and find that stillness and freedom. And when we have that kind of perspective, when we open our eyes and move back into the world, we have kind of a peace with our place in the world. We have a gratitude for where we are in the world, even if it seemed before we went into the meditation like, oh my God, seriously? What? This is not great. Yeah, but we gain the perspective of that peace of mind that is unshakable and that no one can take from us, right? It's ours, and it's very special, right, to find that. And so we gain this perspective. So even if we're in this situation that we're in, whatever that happens to be, it's temporary, and we know that. We know that the situation is temporary, the way we feel is temporary, the fluctuations of our mind are temporary. I can't remember how I'm saying temporary. And we understand that because of the perspective that we gain from our meditation practice and our asana practice. All of the things that come in together, the breath, the physical, the more energetic, and the meditation, the meditative aspects of our yoga, all give us the space to gain perspective, to see that there's such a fluctuation in all things, that it is temporary, right? But the one thing that you can count on is that inside of you there is a place that can be still and quiet and have an immense source of freedom and wisdom and peace. So let's tap into that, all right, with perspective. So we're going to start with nadi shodana. If you already have a practice of nadi shodana, you can start at any point, but what I'd like you to do this morning is when you get to the top of inhale, either from one side or the other, when you get to the top of that inhale, I'd like you to please retain your inhale, drop your chin just a little bit, and firm your abdominal wall. So it would look something like this. And then I could have retained that comfortably for a bit longer, but the point is that you retain comfortably and then you release completely out the opposite side and let that chin lock and that gentle abdominal lock release. And then you go back to breathing back in through the side you just exhaled, find that hold, block, and then go to the other side. We're working up to a ratio. Usually we do that one-on-one or in smaller groups where I can see you. So that's what you're going to be doing with your nadi shodana. So if you've already started, you know where you're going. If you're new to nadi shodana, you're breathing in through one side, blocking the nostrils, breathing out through the opposite side, breathing in through the side you just exhaled, hold, block both nostrils, and then breathe out the other side. That's the one round, okay? Don't hold the breath longer than is comfortable, right? And make sure you completely exhale before you breathe back in again, all right? So if you've already started, you're going to continue, and if you're getting started with me, if you're not too impatient, you're just getting started, you'll have your eyes closed, palms down on your thighs or knees, Take a full breath in and out. And bend your right elbow and place your thumb and ring finger on the right and left nostrils respectively. Blocking your right nostril, breathe in through the left. Hold, block both nostrils. When you're ready, exhale through the right. Breathe back in through the right. Retain. In that retention, feel and experience the complete stillness and the movement inside of the body. That simultaneous stillness and movement. In that retention, with that bit of pressure that you build, let your awareness drop to the chest center, to your heart. And you feel that gentle pulsation. Maybe even at your root. So no matter where you are, take one more round. And when you retain that breath in, feel the gentle pulsation at the heart and at the root for the first half of the breath. And then in the second half, the second retention, notice the pulsation and then allow your awareness to completely drop into that third eye center, into midbrain. In that stillness, right, you recognize how expansive it is. Okay, now no matter where you are, the next time that you happen to be breathing out of the left nostril, the one you began with presumably, go ahead and keep your eyes closed and lower your hand down to your thigh or your knee. And with the palms down, join the thumb and index fingers like little OK symbols, Jnana Mudra. Feel the front hip points lifting gently as the tailbone and sit bones sink into the floor or your meditation cushion. Feel the support and the natural curves of your spine, that architecture that effortlessly holds you up. And see your spine, all of those natural curves as it lifts upwards, your gaze, that internal gaze, towards the top crown of your head. You may still have a gentle application of ujjayi, that's fine. But you can go ahead and start to let the throat open. And allow your breath to come and go as it will. So allow more of your attention to be on how your body sits in this space that you're in. And in your mind's eye, see you sitting in the space that you are in. Trace the outline of you sitting in the space. Through your sense of touch, meaning the receptors on your skin, where you feel the clothing on your skin, where you feel the skin as it's exposed to the air, or maybe you feel your hair on your scalp or brushing your shoulders, and the ponytail that it's tied up in. Just allowing the sensation of touch through the skin to give you this outline of you sitting in your space. Now move your awareness back to the third eye center, to that point behind the forehead at midbrain. And see the horizon. See the horizon. Maybe it's the horizon from your window that you saw before you sat down to meditate. Maybe it's a horizon that you're familiar with or you've enjoyed seeing. The sunrise, across salt flats or a desert or the ocean, a lake, a field. The horizon and the expanse of a long, flat, open land. But see the horizon. And as you see the horizon and its natural curve as it bends with the earth, the corners of your eyes, the outer corners of your eyes seem to spread away from each other as your forehead relaxes. And you see the horizon. Now return to your body. See yourself sitting in your space. Feel the essence and the physicality of you simultaneously, sitting in your space. And from that space, see the horizon. It's so real in your mind's eye that don't open your eyes, but if you had opened your eyes, it feels as if you would see that horizon that you're seeing from your body right now, from the position you are in. Move your perspective to the horizon, and from the horizon, see yourself sitting in your space. From the horizon, see yourself sitting in your space. From your horizon, looking towards yourself, sitting in your space. And now move back into the perspective of being inside your body, looking towards the horizon, but move only your gaze as far as the screen of your mind. Drop in a little bit more deeply to that third eye, that midbrain area. And you embody the witness. You are the witness. You are not the fluctuations. You are the witness that sees the mind's movements, the life's changes, and has perspective. Begin to deepen your breath. And the next time that you happen to be on an exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. And then bring your palms together and rub them gently, feeling that warmth that might have built in your palms. And then place your palms over your eyes. Place your palms over the center of your heart, your chest, feeling that warmth there. And then your right hand into a fist below your navel. Envelop that fist with your left hand and hinge forward at the pelvis. Just about halfway. And blink your eyes open to focus on a point on your floor before lifting back up into your space, right? So when we have this perspective, we have this ability to occupy and be in the seat of the witness. We have this ability to have great compassion and love for ourselves, and that perspective that we gain to have empathy, compassion, and love for the world around us and the beings that live in it with us. So, with that perspective, have a beautiful and wonderful day, no matter what you're doing. Please be safe. I'll see you on Thursday next, if not before, on the Soul Collective. I'll see you Thursday next here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic day, and give Hans and Quinn a little scratch for me. Bye. Have a great day, you guys.